First at 4, Fort Stewart officials say the all clear has been given after a suspicious package prompted an evacuation at the installation's education center this morning. Officials say someone reported the package around 10 a.m. at the Paul R. Smith Education Center. The building was evacuated while emergency crews investigated, and Wooldridge Gate, an entrance into the base, was temporarily closed to all traffic. A Fort Stewart spokesperson tells WSAV the package turned out to be a misplaced personal item. The education center will remain closed for the rest of today, but officials say it will reopen tomorrow during normal business hours. We have an update to a story we told you about yesterday. A bull water advisory impacting the area of B Road has been lifted. That advisory was issued to homes and businesses in the area of East 51st Street, East 52nd, and Grenoble Streets. It was put in effect after 2 water main breaks along B Road Saturday morning. Part of B Road between 50th and 52nd Streets remain closed as crews complete road repairs. Police are still trying to track down a suspect connected to a deadly shooting here in Chatham County. Officers were called to Bradford Court, not far from Lake Mayor, Saturday night around 9 o'clock for reports of a shooting. When officers arrived, they found a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old that were shot. Both of them were taken to the hospital where the 18-year-old died. No one has been arrested, but police are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 912-234-2020. A crash involving an SUV and a cyclist has left a man dead in Beaufort County. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office identifying the man as 31-year-old Christopher James of Rennes, Georgia. According to the South Carolina Highway Patrol, James was traveling north on Trask Parkway Friday morning when the crash happened, killing him at the scene. The driver of the SUV was taken to the hospital and their condition is unknown at this time. The Chatham County Police Department is urging parents to sit down with their children to talk about road safety. This comes after some children as young as 10 have been seen driving e-bikes on the road, often ignoring traffic laws. Officials say electric bikes should not reach more than 28 miles per hour. If they do, these would fall under a moped category, which would require the rider to be over 16 years old and have a valid driver's license. Authorities also ask that children riding electric or regular bikes are taught traffic laws before getting on the road. CCPD says officers are making extra efforts to stop kids on e-bikes to help them follow the law. The Tybee Island Police Department is notifying parents that they are aware of flyers for an unpermitted event circulating among Coastal Empire teenagers called Tybee Island Back to School Funk. That's meant to take place on the beach between 6 and 10 p.m. on August 1st. In an online post, the department said, quote, "As you know, many of these teen pop-up events have ended in chaos and violence both across the country and right here at home. Due to this, we have planned to have an increased police presence on the island surrounding the dates and times that are being advertised." The post also reminded parents and kids about the dangers of these events and how their actions could affect future college admissions, saying, quote, "With graduation just months away, it's important that your teens are happy, healthy, and ready to lead our communities one day." Happening now, drivers should expect some road closures around the airport in Pooler. The railroad crossings at Bourne Avenue and Dean Forest and Gulfstream Road will be closed for maintenance work. You can expect traffic impacts until Wednesday. If you're driving in that area or going to the airport, you should leave yourself some extra time for travels. Continuing coverage, Bullitt County is continuing to rehabilitate roads damaged by storms as far back as Tropical Storm Debbie. One of the roads currently undergoing repairs is Pleasant Hill Road near Portal in northern Bullitt County. The road, which has been closed since June 15th, is undergoing water drainage improvements. The road was initially scheduled to be closed for 4 weeks, but delays have caused it to be extended to more weeks. County Manager Ron Nelson tells WSAV the reason for these extensions are weather related.
Rain showed up, just kind of created a haphazard scenario for the contractor. He had his cofferdam built in. We were dewatered at that time. And then, you know, here comes Mother Nature. She brings in a fairly sizable rain event over the weekend. This was 2 weeks into the project. Breaches that particular cofferdam, so we had to start over. So you lose a day in rain, it really costs you about 3 days.
Now, Nelson says he expects Pleasant Hill Road to be reopened to traffic next Monday, weather permitting. WSAV is your local election headquarters. South Carolina Republicans are gearing up to replace late Republican Senator Lindsey Graham on the ballot in November. Just this morning, U.S. Representative Russell Fry announced his candidacy for the seat. Fry has described himself as a conservative MAGA candidate focusing on economic concerns affecting families across the state. He has served in the U.S. House of Representatives since January 2023, representing South Carolina's 7th Congressional District. This district includes areas like the Grand Strand and PD regions. Fry joins 3 other candidates who have officially already entered the race. On Friday, businessman Mark Lynch announced he was running. Lynch previously challenged Lindsey Graham in the June primary. Congressman Ralph Norman announced his campaign Saturday. Attorney Duke Buckner has also announced his bid after most recently running against Democratic Congressman Jim Clyburn for South Carolina's 6th Congressional District. A recent filing suggests Mark Stanford could soon launch his campaign for U.S. Senate. Meanwhile, nearly 1 week after she was sworn in as a United States Senator, Darlene Graham shared an open letter to South Carolinians she now represents. Graham posted to social media over the weekend a letter in which she continued to mourn the loss of her brother, as well as thank supporters for standing with her family. Graham did not announce any plans to enter the election in her letter. However, sources say she is weighing the possibility. Graham's letter reads in part, quote, Lindsey dedicated his life to serving South Carolina and defending our nation. He accomplished so much, yet he still had so many big ideas that he was determined to see through. Now it's time for me to step up for South Carolina, just like he stepped up for me when our parents died, end quote. Candidates who want to run for the seat can officially file starting tomorrow. The special primary is set for August 11th with early voting August 5th through the 7th. If you voted as a Republican or didn't vote at all last month, you are able to cast a ballot. For important information on all things elections in both South Carolina and Georgia, head to our website. That's WSAV.com/yourlocalelection HQ.